So guys, let's talk about How to Train Your Dragon, the live action remake. A lot of people these days, they say, why does this movie need a live action treatment? But when you start to see the marketing and the trailers and what they're putting out for this live action treatment of How to Train Your Dragon, in my opinion, they've literally done a one-for-one perfect translation of the animated feature of How to Train Your Dragon. When you look at things like Toothless, the character of the dragon, he looks kind of goofy. He looks kind of like a silly kind of, a silly take on a dragon. And you think, how would you translate that kind of look of that dragon of Toothless into live action and make it not look ridiculous? But it seems like they've done it and it just looks incredible. And I'm going to wax poetic about this live action remake. I don't care what anyone says. The trailers so far have been incredible. The marketing's been great. And they've just put out a brand new trailer for How to Train Your Dragon, the live action remake. So we're going to play this trailer and we're going to talk about the movie as well. But I think the new trailer looks great. The dragons look insane. The costumes look great. And I think this movie is going to kill it at the box office. And it's one of my most anticipated upcoming movies. And I'm really, really excited to get into this. So anyway, this comes to us from Joe Blow. And let's jump into How to Train Your Dragon, the live action remake. So it gets a brand new trailer. So a new trailer has arrived for the live action remake of How to Train Your Dragon, showing off some incredible effects. Like I said, we'll take a look at the trailer as we're talking about the movie here. So when you carry this axe, you carry all of us with you. A new look of the live action remake of How to Train Your Dragon has arrived, with the trailer showing the bond between Hiccup and Toothless in a way we haven't seen before. Yeah, I mean, just in the marketing, that one scene where he comes across Toothless kind of bows his head, and then Hiccup kind of puts his hand on Toothless's head, and that very kind of, it's just a very sweet, charming, and they've just captured that emotion in live action, and it looks fantastic. Like I said, I'm going to wax poetic, and I don't care what anyone says. I think it looks great. So, in the trailer, dubbed the Warrior trailer, we see Hiccup, Horrendous Maddock III, played by Mason Thames or Mason Thames. I haven't heard the name said, so I apologise if I'm butchering that. Being forced to slay a dragon. Obviously, he's being forced to slay a dragon. He comes across Toothless, and that's where he kind of starts his friendship with Toothless, as we all know and love. As he is about to plunge his weapon into the beast, it opens its eyes, immediately halting Hiccup and igniting a friendship that will challenge everything he has come to know about his Viking heritage and their enemies. So here's the plot of How to Train Your Dragon remake. On the rugged Isle of Berk, where Vikings and dragons have been bitter enemies for generations, Hiccup Horrendous Haddock III, the inventive yet overlooked son of Chief Stoic the Vast, defies centuries of traditional dragon fighting practice when he befriends Toothless, a feared Night Fury dragon. Their unlikely bond reveals the true nature of dragons, challenging the very foundations of Viking society. Yeah, I just love the story. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, dragons, Vikings, mythology, all this kind of great stuff. I mean, it's just a fantastic setting for a story. And the animated feature of the movie did fantastic. And I think this is going to be no different. It has the potential to be bigger than the animated movie was. That's strong words, but I believe it could possibly get there. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. Word of mouth, if the movie's good and word of mouth spreads, this movie's going to be pretty damn big, I think. So, the How to Train a Dragon franchise has been pretty careful about their releases, with only 3 movies coming out over the course of a decade. The original came out in 2010, while the first sequel arrived in 2014, and the third movie came out in 2019. All 3 would be nominated for Best Animated Feature Oscar. That just goes to show you the caliber of this franchise, guys. All 3 of the movies, all 3 of the How to Train Your Dragon movies were nominated for Best Animated Feature. That's the quality that we're talking about here. So, with another 5 years passing, here comes the live action remake. A remake like this of How to Train Your Dragon might seem unnecessary. Yeah, a lot of people say that. They say, why are we doing live action? They can't come up with anything original. But then when you think about it, in Hollywood today, we have more original content than in any time in history. It's just a fact. But the thing is, most of these original content doesn't get supported, so they fall by the wayside. That's why only big kind of IP gets shown in Hollywood most of the time. Because, they're guaranteed money makers. But more original content is being made than ever, and that's a fact, guys. So, the remake of How to Train Your Dragon might seem unnecessary, considering just how many animated classics are getting that treatment, but it actually feels worth the effort. With the latest trailer and the other peaks we have gotten so far, I'd say that How to Train Your Dragon looks like it generally wants to be good and bring a story and characters to life in such a way that fans of the movie and book will appreciate on a refreshing level. Like I said, you can argue about what is the point of this live action remake, but when you start to see the trailers and what they're doing with the designs, they've swapped the animated versions of the characters for literally one-for-one transition to live action, and it looks perfect. It looks incredible. I don't think they could have done a better job with the way that they've translated it. I appreciate it on a refreshing level. Come on, those dragons look incredible. The movie comes out June the 13th. So, it comes out on June, so what's that, 6 months from now? So, you know, not too long to wait for this movie. Like I say, one of my most anticipated movies to come out this year. I'm so going to be there to see this on day one. In addition to, I'm not sure how you say that, Thames. The cast of How to Train Your Dragon features Jared Butler reprising Stoic the Vast from the animated voice. Yeah, so Jared Butler, I believe he does the voice in the animated movies. He's actually doing the live action counterpart. Nick Frost, Nico Parker, and Julian Dennison. So what do you think of the latest look of How to Train Your Dragon live action remake? Yeah, guys, I'd really love your input as well as to what you think of this trailer that we've been looking at while we've been talking about this movie. I think it just looks great. I think the cinematography looks great. I think the costumes, the characters, the design of Toothless, which is the one thing they had to absolutely nail for this live action transition. If all else fails, you have to get the design of Toothless. The live action version of Toothless has to look good. And they've just done it. They've cracked the mold. It looks fantastic. It looks great. I can't wait to see what they do with this movie. They have to keep the emotional beats to the story, which, you know, between Hiccup and Toothless, it looks like they've done that. The design of Toothless looks great. The costumes look great. And like I say, the cinematography looks pretty damn cool as well. So I'm very, very excited to see this movie. And I can't wait to see how well it does at the box office, because I think it's going to do pretty damn well if the word of mouth spreads. But guys, I throw it off to you. You see this latest teaser or trailer, whichever you want to call it, for How to Train Your Dragon, the live action remake. Do you think it looks good? Do you think it looks mid? Do you think it looks bad? Are you excited to see this? And what are your thoughts on this live action remake after all the marketing that we've seen so far? I would love to hear your feedback, because like I say, I'm very, very excited to see this myself. So jump into the comment section and let us know what you think. As always, guys, make sure you hit that like. You know, helps the channel out a lot if you hit the like button, and become a subscriber if you haven't already. It goes a long way to supporting the content, so I'd really, really appreciate that, guys. And as always, I will see you in the next video.